Hello, 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 everyone. This is an ASMR soft speaking story time. Yay. It's late and it's been a long day. So, welcome back to my channel. I'm glad to have you, and I'm so excited to just say hello, 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 hello. And thank you to my special spirit of light that I was talking to tonight in the comment area. And you know who you are. Today is November 2nd. And she asked me when was I going to do another story time. And she just made me feel like I felt comfort from her words. And yes, my life is crazy. My life was crazy. So yes, I appreciate being 46 and having a break from my crazy life. And she asked me, to do this story time. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do it tonight. I'm going to go ahead and do it. And I ain't going to lie to you. I try not to think about it. I really have. I try not to. Every time it crossed my mind, this gave me like this cringe. Like I could feel it right here in my head, It bothers me. It bothers me so much. So yeah, so I'm going to tell you the story. Now, I'm going to put what part this is. I know this is part 5, but what episode this is, because I can't remember right now. I believe it's it might be episode 5, but I'm going to have it come, maybe right out of that corner, episode 5, because I really just didn't want to think about it. At first, I was going to jump right into it and kind of get a couple episodes out the way, but I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. But here we go. Now, if you have not seen I've Been Sued, not once, but twice, you need to go watch 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then come back to part 5 and watch episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Because, you may like this story, and that's fine. You're welcome to stay. But you may be a little lost, and you're missing out on a lot. So you probably should leave right now and then come back. Yes, okay. Go. You go. I'll see you when you get back. Okay? Let's start off where I left Wayne Tell at the shop with Lamar. Oh, excuse me, did I say his name? The young man. God, I'm so crazy. They come out. You have not wrote down anything. You have not wrote down bullet points. I'm just telling you straight from my memory. So it's not easy trying to give people names like letter A, B, and C. I'm going to tell you the young man's name in this episode because I just can't keep saying the young man, okay? Look, I just looked at the camera. Don't roast me about my pants. These are pajamas, okay? I did not go out with these. I put them on when I got in the house to get comfy, okay? So don't be trying to roast me, all right? I left Wayne at the shop with Lamar on top of his tail. Okay, and when last time I saw Joyce, she was on top of Lamar trying to get him off of Wayne. And at the time, I'm laughing now, but at the time, I didn't feel no joy whatsoever. I didn't even think it was funny. I just was in complete shock. And I went straight to the bank. Now, when I got to the bank, I was basically sweating. I think my underarm had like big wet marks on it. I could feel the wetness on my throat, and I was just so heated and so worried that everything that Wayne said was true. When I got to the bank, I tried to talk to a teller, but she told me that I need to talk to someone that basically sits, in the office area. So I waited and I waited for someone to call me. They finally called me. And after I told her what Wayne told me, she said to me, okay, this is the transactions that has happened. This is the amount of money that was removed. And I told the lady, I said, okay, me and Wayne came in here together. And we started a business account. She corrected me. She said, no, Wayne he's the first primary on the account. It's actually his account. And he just added you as a person who was authorized to use the account. Okay. I said, well, what I don't understand is how did his wife was able to come and steal, and she didn't steal anything. Oh, yes, she did. She said no. She removed the money out of the account to another account. And I said, what account? She said, I can't tell you that because you're not authorized to know the other account. And I realized that sitting there talking to her was just like instantly for nothing. I felt like she was already biased. Like she already been dealing with Wayne's wife. So it was nothing I could say or do. And then I was sitting there. I had tears running from my eyes telling her that that was my money. And she told me what I need to do is I can't say his last name, but bring him to the bank and we can get things sorted out. So I was thinking, oh, I'm going to get my money back, So I went back to the shop. Wayne wasn't there. So I went down to Wayne's house and he wasn't there. And his wife wasn't there either. So I went to his mama's house and that's where he was. And he was telling me that she put her name on the account. He was trying to tell me that she went to the bank and she added her own name to the account. I knew instantly, like I knew in my soul he was lying. And I said, well, okay, we need to go to the bank, Wayne. We need to go to the bank. And he was steady trying to explain to me how I could get the money back, but not saying he's going to the bank to fix this. I said, Wayne, she said she can't really talk to me without you. So I need you to come to the bank with me. He said, listen, I already dealt with the bank, okay? I already dealt with the bank and I'm trying everything now to try to get the money back. I just give me some time, I'm going to get the money back. And I said, okay, I'm not giving her any partnership and I'm not splitting what part of the business I own with you. And he said, because in the last, you need to go back to the last episode if you haven't seen this. Wayne owned 30% of the business. And he came to me and told me that his wife removed all of the business money out of the account and I could have it back when I give her 25% of the business and then me and Wayne can split the other 75% of the business. When she was never even thought of when I started my business, okay? And I told him that no, she's definitely not going to be a part of this show, Now, after I talked to Wayne, he was sitting there talking to me and his mother and everything. He was telling me that everything that he talked to his wife about. She's crazy. She's nuts. She's just trying to hurt him. She's overly jealous and all that crap, right? I said, Wayne, what am I supposed to do? What's going to happen to the business? I don't have the money to keep it going. And I'm supposed to be moving. My money is gone. What am I going to do? And he said, well, don't worry about it. I'm trying to work something out now. Everything's going to be okay. So I went and I left. And the next day, I was back at the shop. And I was telling Joyce and the young man everything that had took place and transpired and what happened. And Wayne wouldn't come up to the bank. And they basically was saying when Wayne got there that they was going to talk to him. We was all going to convince him to go to the bank with me. Well, Wayne didn't show up. It was like now he was like scarce. It was like he was hardly never there, you know. So 2 weeks had passed and I had to take my savings to pay payroll. Okay. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Wayne was telling me that he was going to get the money back. He had me believing every day. He told me that his wife said she was going to put the money back on a Friday. And I was like, okay, even if she don't put it all back, once the money's back in, I'm going to take the money out. And then, I'll just try to recover my losses, right? Well, she never returned the money. So then payroll came up. And I didn't want to give up my savings to pay payroll. I was trying to buy time to get the money back and go from there. And I'm going to tell you what I told Wayne. I said, because when it came to payroll, management, if somebody had an issue, they dealt with Wayne, you know? So I told him, I said, tell everybody that the payroll was going to be 3 days late. And I will make sure I get them a little bit more for the inconvenience. Let me tell you what Wayne does. I'm on my couch, going through my phone. And I hear all this noise outside. Then I hear somebody banging on the door. I go to the door. I had 8 of my employees outside my house door. I remember that day clear as day. Let me tell you, it went from me being their boss to me being a girl on the street. It was like whoop ass time. I was pissed. I was so freaking mad. Okay? And I know at the time that they just wanted their money and they just wanted to get paid. But at the time, being honest with you guys, when I saw them freaking people outside my door, I didn't get on my address. Okay? The only person who had my address was one of the girls who had 8 kids. Okay? And the only reason why she had my address, because I would help her out with her kids. And I did. I fell in love with her kids. And sometimes I would have them at my house. I would feed them. I would bathe them. I would play with them. Me and my kids loved her kids. She was the only one, okay? And she wasn't there. She wasn't in the group that came to the house, okay? And so the first one jumps out of the truck, Now, I'm going to tell y'all her name. Shay. Her name was Shay, okay? I'm just laughing because Shay was a trip, okay? She was the first one to jump. Like, no matter how good I was to her, the moment that things didn't go her way, she was somebody you probably would have to fight. That's Shay, okay? And she said, well, what's going on? Where our money? We want our money. We got bills to pay. I got my kids to feed, you know, going into every scenario. And they were absolutely right. Absolutely right. And then I had another person, the other person that was behind her, that I was really cool with a lot of my employees. So to see them at my house was a little difficult because I'm sure they heard what had happened, and now they was at my house, okay, demanding they pay. And one of the guys that was with Shay was Tony. And Tony was under Lamar when it came to the drivers. I said, Tony, what you doing here? Well, you know, I really want to come, you know. I need my money. I said, well, okay. Well, what y'all gonna do if I don't give it to you? Because I'm sure I'm not gonna give it to you. I'm not giving y'all any. You can't write us a check. I said, no, I can't, Shay. I can't write you a check. Here come the other girl. Now this one right here, when she came for the job, she liked me a lot. But once I hired her, me and her were just like bumping heads all the time. She was the person I was always giving a chance over and over again. Like this was the moment, was my chance to just fire her. And this one was Lisa. And she started jumping around. She want her money. We gonna give her effing money. Making a scene. And I said, well, okay. Who told y'all can cut in my house? One employee named Gwen, who was like really, really sweet. She was always sweet. But yeah, she was a part of the group because she wanted her money. She said, well, Spirit, Wayne told us to tell you to call him when we got here. I called Wayne. I said, Wayne, what's going on? Well, they've been here all day. They wouldn't leave the shop. They said they wasn't going to leave till they got paid. I had to tell them something. I said, did you tell them that your wife stole all my money? He said, well, no, I didn't tell them that. I just told them that they need to talk to you, and they demanded that they want their money, and it was going to be like a lot of drama, so I just gave them your address. I said, okay, wait, what am I supposed to tell them? Well, how much money do you got? I can just add something to it. And he said, I already talked to Lamar, and he said he saved some money, he'll add something to it too, and we'll get payroll out the way. Sound like a nice, kind gesture, don't it? So freaking sweet, right? Mm-hmm. We didn't pay the employees that night. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so freaking, I'm still hurt, you know? I'm just so hurt. I gotta get over it. Like, I'm gonna get over this. Like, just going back is just too much. And oh my God, now I'm about to lose it. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, you guys. I'll be glad when I can get to a story. with you. I really do. I gotta like really psych my mind out. That's what I gotta do. But yeah, let me just try to finish this episode. I'm almost done. So we all got together and they all helped me pay payroll, you know. And so I started saying, okay, we need to come up with a plan because Wayne's wife haven't returned the money. Now Wayne's still convincing me that I'm gonna get the money. Okay. So now I'm kind of sticking with him, hoping I get my money back. So after we pay the employees, I done drained my account, taking care of like all of the shops, paying the bills and everything. Like I went from having a nice little account for myself, like nice, to basically I probably couldn't even buy a soda if I wanted to. Nothing. It was so bad that my kids joked when they were all lined it up for a bowl of oatmeal because they haven't had like oatmeal in a long time, and that was the only thing in the house to eat in this situation. Like we was constantly eating oatmeal because that was all we had. Wayne came to me and he told me, he said, I got a place for you to stay, but I got some bad news and I got some good news, but everything gonna be okay. I said, okay, Wayne, what's the bad news? He said, the bad news is you gotta empty out the house within the week. So, okay, what's the good news? We got a buyer for the house, and once the sale go through, I'm gonna give you back your money. He told me that once the house sold, that he was gonna give me back my money, and I basically just froze. I felt like I lost everything back. So at that moment, I knew I was in trouble. And then my daughter, Latoya, called me. I haven't seen her in a couple of years. Went through some things for her up and down. And every time I went to New Jersey to try to see her and find her, they would tell me she moved and she didn't want me to know where she lived at. But then all of a sudden she would call me and say, hey, Mom, pick me up from the bus stop or pick me up from the airport. You know, so at this particular time, we picked her up from the Greyhound bus station. And I was so excited because she was bringing Yu. And Yu is my granddaughter. And she was 4 at the time. She was so sweet and so little. I was just so happy to see Toya. But she came at a time that everything just fell like a house of cards. And it's so terrible because I wish that I could be like, oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to tell y'all what happened next. Like, there's no end of the rainbow here, okay? There's no happy ending here. Lesson. And there's blessings, but there's no rainbow here. Not in this story. I was explaining to Toya that I was happy she was there. I was just so happy and that, I was able to do for her a little bit, give her a little bit, but because I was successful. And then she showed up when everything went wrong. And she said, Mom, I think I'm going to start my life over and I'm going to stay here with you in Virginia. And I'm like, what? I was just kind of shocked because Toya fought for tooth and nail to be up north in New Jersey and New York. No matter how much I needed her or wanted her home, she didn't want to be down south in Virginia at all. Like I thought she hated Virginia. But now she was telling me that she's going to stay. She's going to help me with the business. And when I was telling her my situation about Wayne, Toya said to me, well, Mom, let me help you. I will run payroll and we will get it straight. And she said, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk to everybody who's willing to work with us. And everybody has to take a pay cut. And we're going to get everything up and running again. And then we need to decide what we're going to do about Wayne. Like this angel, like this lifesaver. Because she was telling me that, you know, she went to school in accounting and she went to college and she had some business experience. So I just start feeling like, oh my God, maybe I'm going to be okay because Toya is here, you know? And I gave Toya an office and she had her own computer and all the equipment she needed to kind of get things in order. And she got all the employees in check. Now, we did lose half of our employees, and I don't blame them whatsoever. I tried to keep some of them, but you know, when you got a job that you like, most time, even though you like it, you really in it for the money. Nobody works just like, oh, no matter what, I'll accept this amount of money because I love this job. It's about the money, you know, first. So, yeah, I lost the majority of my employees and it got crazy. And I'm gonna give you an example. And maybe this will make me laugh. Maybe this will make you laugh. Thinking about losing my employees and how I lost a lot of them, it was crazy. Every weekend, I would have all the designers, the major designers from every single store work at the operational shop. And only the cashier person will work at the little small florists. And because I had all the drivers and all the designers and the people that worked in the office, all us was together in this big building on Saturday, I would buy lunch. And if I didn't buy lunch, I would cook lunch. I would bring my grill and I would cook for my people, okay? So, and usually I'd be like, okay, Joyce, here goes such and such. And Joyce would go get baked chicken, and I was addicted. Who I was addicted to fried chicken. Oh my goodness. Joyce used to go to the grocery store, and you know how you get the fried chicken in the pan? I think you get like 12 pieces for like $6.99. That's how much it was back then. Joyce would get the fried chicken. She would get some buns. Oh my God. And she would get some, you know, other things like vegetables and some macaroni and cheese, you know, whatever she could pick up that was on sale. You know, I would make sure that the group had food on the weekends. Well, because of my situation and the money situation this particular weekend, that wasn't going to happen. And I used to love making people happy, you know, and plus we worked so hard and they was at work all the time. So I just wanted them to feel happy and that they was full. You know, you do a better job when your belly is full. So, you know, that's what I did for them. So because of my financial reasons, because of my financial situation that had happened as far as the money being taken out of the account, I wasn't able to do that. And that was the first weekend that I wasn't able to do that. I had a young lady working for me and she was basically Jamaican. And she was a very pretty, tall girl. And when she first came to apply for the job, she had her first interview with me, and then she had a second interview with someone who worked for me named Van. And Van said she would be the perfect match for us, and I said no. I said no from the jump because, one, she was late for her interview, and when she was late, she kept knocking on the door, and I was back there working on my next day orders with my daughter, and my daughter was saying, "Mom, it's a lady at the door, but she won't go away. The close sign is off, and she's steady knocking on the door." And I decided to go up to the front, and I said, "We're closed, we're closed." And she kept saying, showing me her briefcase and telling me that she needed to see me. So she was like pointing to me like this. So I went ahead and unlocked the door, and she said, I had an interview, but I was late getting off the bus, and I went the wrong way, and I really want the job. Well, I told her, I said, well, you're going to have to make another appointment with me because it's late and I'm working right now and I can't interview you right now. And she's like, oh, it only take a few minutes. It only take a few minutes. Like, she was just really aggressive with it. I was like, no. So I told her, I said, well, you know what? Call me tomorrow and I'll see what I can do. When I went to go shut the door, she put her foot in the door and grabbed the door with like her arm and hold the door. And she was like, listen, I need this job. I need this job. And I was just like, she said, okay, she'll call me. When I had got to work, Vanya had told me that the young lady had called her and she was on her way up there. And I said, well, did you tell her to come up here? She said no, but she said she's on her way up to the job and she want to start today. She told Van she wanted to start today, okay? Oh my God, this girl's freaking nuts. That's what I was thinking. And I was like, no, I don't think I want to hire her. So, Van interviewed her. Van liked her a lot, okay? And she got the job. I was always like tipsy-toe with her. Like, I always knew it was going to be a problem with her, okay? I always knew. And so now come back forward, okay, to the current day at the time that we're in the shop for that weekend. She said, Spirit, where's the chicken? And I was like, ain't no chicken. She said, okay, where's the food? We having pizza? What we having? I was like, nothing's coming. She looked, she changed her demeanor. What you mean? I said, ain't no food coming. We're not going to eat. Oh, wait a minute, I got too loud. We're not going to eat. I said, well, everybody needs to buy their own food this weekend. No. I'm not working. I'm not working until you feed us, until we eat. I was like, listen, I got a situation going on. And I'm not going to be able to feed y'all. I'm not going to be able to, buy any food. And we need to get the work done. She slammed down her knife. And she was like, do you hear what she's saying? Talking to the other designers. There's not going to be no food. I depend on that food. I said, well, what do you mean? She says, my money pays this bills and I got so much going on and I don't have any money left. And I always believe and feel good that I'm going to eat when I come to work on the weekend. And I was like, Soon as things get back on track, I'll buy you something special to eat next time. She's like, no, I want some food right now. I want some food right now. I was like, listen, I don't have no money to buy no food. I can't do it this weekend. And I'm going to tell you guys, I spent literally $80. Okay? $80 don't sound like a lot, but I was a small business. That was a lot of money, okay? To spend on employees who are getting paid, who can buy their own food. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I did that. And she started riling up the other people, and everybody started questioning me like, what's going on? Why ain't no donuts? Why ain't no coffee? Food? What's going on? I said, what's going on is I'm going through a situation and I'm not going to be bringing food to the job anymore. And that's when I decided that if I had got back on my feet, that feeding the employees on the weekend was going to stop. Like I was never going to do it again. Because it didn't go to where they went back to work and did the flowers so that we could get them delivered. They all went to the front of the store and it was all saying it wasn't going to work until I feed them. Y'all wanna know what Spirit did? I went to the front, I opened up the door. I said, all y'all that's not gonna work, get out. And it wasn't, could y'all please leave? I no longer need your services. It was, get the F out. Get the F out. I want all y'all, get out of here. It was so many different cultures of people. Well, not cultures. What's the nationality of people that working for me? So the Mexican lady was like, no, nothing, no, no. She didn't speak barely too much English, but she let me know she trying to hear that. She going back to work. She went back to work. She left them, and then her friend that's really close to her went back to work. And then a couple other ladies was like, okay, well, I got a few dollars. How much do you got? Maybe we could put some money together and maybe just get a pizza. And the other girl was like, no, I'm not giving you anything. And the lady was like, well, you the main one upset about not having anything to eat. I'm not paying for no food. I'm not paying for anything. And then that's when the women started getting into an argument. And I was like, you know what? Y'all go back to work. Y'all go back to work. Nobody is eating right now until I get this situated. Everybody go back to work. I went to Van's office and I said, Van, you need to come up front because I asked the lady that you hired to leave over and over and over again, and she will not leave. And Van said, well, what happened? What happened? I told Van the story, okay, real quick. She's mad because there's no food and I'm not feeding her, but she says she's not working, so I told her to get out. So Van was like, oh my God, Spirit, you can't just tell people to get out. You can't fire people like that. You can't do that. I said, well, you know what? Okay, I'm losing my patience, okay? I'm already upset. I'm already having anxiety. I'm already sad, okay? I cannot deal with these employees. They done already came to my freaking house like they the godfather and family somebody. Like they was going to get me. And then now at work, because I can't buy no freaking chicken, the freaking girl don't want to work, I want her to freak out. And then she was like, oh, okay, Spirit, calm down, calm down. I'm going to fix this situation. So, okay. So, I'm waiting for her. And at the end of the hallway, Van goes up to the front. And she's talking real nice to the girl. Next thing you know, I hear the girl yelling. Got her shoe off. And she bouncing around. Get ready to whoop Van's tail. Now, let me explain Van. Van was very professional. She was a black woman. And she was tall. She was beautiful. She was really skinny, and she always wore like two-piece suit type skirt outfits, and always wore heels because she had her own office. And let me tell you who Van was. Van was the bookkeeper that Wayne hired. Okay, yes, and she's up front with the girl, and Van here never moves out of place. Van here moved out of place. Van said, I'm about to whoop her ass. I'm about to F her up. I had to call the police. Do you know how bad I felt calling 911? 911. Yes, my name is Spirit, and I'm at the Florist at such and such in Hampton, and I have an irate employee here who just will not leave, and they're just upset because I won't give them no chicken. Like that. It was like, I got an employee here who's acting like they're about to beat somebody up. I need the police to come before they get hurt. When the police got there, she was outside. Call herself taking off her shoes. She was gonna beat up Van. Van was like, Van was talking big junk. Oh, I ain't got no problem going out. I ain't got no. When she went out the door, Van locked it. Van locked the door. So now the girl out there banging on the window, kicking the window, acting nuts. I mean, she was like crazy. It's a situation where now I can look back and laugh, but at the time she was banging on the window. Every time she banged on the window, it just made me want to go out there and take all of my anger out on her. Like she didn't know what was coming, okay? I was going through a lot, and she was causing me to want to whoop her tail, okay? And Van was screaming and hollering, going off. She was so upset. I have never seen Van curse, lose it. She was another Wayne. What's the problem? We can fix this situation. It went from that to, oh, that about the, I'm going to kill her. You know, that's how it went, okay? Horrible. Oh my God. It was horrible. Over some freaking chicken. She out there looking all wild and crazy. Police talked to her and everything. And when they came inside to talk to us, he said, she's told us the situation. I said, okay. So she told you that all of this went down because I ain't buy her no freaking chicken? And he said, basically, yeah. He said that you decided that you wasn't going to feed everybody that had been working all morning. I said, no, she haven't been working all morning. She came in at 10. And by 11:30, all of this started. Okay? So, no. And I don't owe her anything. I don't owe her lunch. I did it from the kindness of my heart. And the police officer said, well, what do you want us to do? Do you want us to tell her to leave and never come back to the property? Or do you want us to tell her to go home, cool off, and come back to work next working day? I'm putting a restraining order on her ass. Police went out there to tell her that. You would think that she was like, okay, put on her shoes, and she was leaving, okay? She was arrested. What was it? I ain't never seen her no more after that. She never came back up to the shop. She never bothered us again, but she ended up getting herself arrested. I know. It's okay to laugh, I'm sure. Because at the time, it was not funny. It was not funny. When I tell you that woman had my blood boiling, it was like, it was boiling. Now that I told y'all the example, let's get off of that. My daughter Latoya came and she started putting things in order, and with the employees that we kept, they took a pay cut so that they could stay with me. I found out who really appreciated and liked the job and who didn't. Like, I couldn't get upset with the ones that left because they had every right. But it did hurt me to see them. They quit immediately. They were gone. And I'm not crying over them. It's not that. It bothered me. I felt like I had to take something from people that needed the money. They worked hard. Yeah, they did. And I remember having constant meetings with Toya about trying to squeeze an extra hour or extra gas money for employees, you know, because I felt so bad. And Toya was trying to get me on a discipline where they only get what they work for, you know. Yeah. But Toya did stay and help me out with the business. And I was really, really happy. And then one day me and Toya was home and we went to go wash the car and get some gas. And she said, "Mom, I got something to tell you." And, you know, she was really upset and it scared me. I thought something was really, really wrong. And she told me that she was pregnant. And at that moment, I was like, what? I think I was in shock because I was thinking, like, she came to stay. All my money's gone. Like, I don't know. Like what was we supposed to do? So, you know, yeah, we were going back and forth to the doctor, a little worried that we wasn't going to be able to get the business back on its feet. And then I was worried that Toya, you know, once she get bigger with the pregnancy, how was she going to be able to help us at the business? But yeah, she stayed in Virginia with me throughout her whole pregnancy, and she worked at the business, and she really was like a lifesaver at, you know, a lot of the things. And during the situation, we all lived in the house that I was renting from Wayne. Now I'm gonna end this story with, I'm gonna tell you this one last part, and then I'll come back in the next episode, because I know I got a comment that I left you with a cliffhanger last time. But what I'm supposed to do, because it's so much to tell you, you know what I'm saying? It's like, why end the story? It's just so much. It's so hard to end it, but I'm going to end it with this last part. Wayne told me that I had a week to go to move out that house. I had Toya, I had my son, and I had my daughter, and no money. And I went to Wayne and I said, "Wayne, what about one of the empty houses that you said that I could stay in?" And he says, "Oh, that's what I need to talk to you about. Everything is being put inside of the divorce. So I can't let you stay in that property." And I said, "Okay." Oh my God, like I don't have nowhere to go. Like I have nowhere to live. Like what I'm going to do, Wayne? And he says, "Well, you could just stay with me at the house. My wife is gone. She left me. And I got that big old house for myself." I said, "But Toya is home." And he says, "Oh, I don't care. She can come stay too." And now I had to depend on the enemy. And if I didn't stick with him, I wasn't going to get my money back.